Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Myra, and welcome to my channel, Cake and Conversations, where it's all about advice on dating, relationships, and marriage. Today I'll be sharing with you 12 things you need to know before you walk down the aisle. People say love is blind. Love can be blind if you're willing to settle for less than what you deserve. The first thing you should know is whether or not the person has any prior arrest or legal convictions. Now, this information, a person's any possible criminal history is public knowledge, so you definitely want to do your investigation to obtain this information. The second thing you need to know is whether or not there's any significant physical or mental health issues or challenges. And the mental health or any mental health history that probably will be difficult for you to obtain. Now, the person, you can definitely ask them, but you want to be very observant to find out, just in the event the individual is not forthcoming or the individual does not want to disclose that information. And again, you're going to have to be very observant in terms of any mental health history or challenges, especially if the person is not willing to be forthcoming and disclose this information. The third thing you need to know is, what about the person's family history? Is there any significant family history of any significant physical or mental health issues or challenges? And again, observation is the key. The fourth thing you need to know is, ladies, how does he treat his mother or his grandmother, whoever that raised him? How does he treat her? Does he treat her with adoration and like a queen? And if he does, chances are very high that he's going to treat you like a queen as well. Also, too, you want to look at, when you look at the overall family structure, is there any dysfunction or is there a lot of chaos in the family? And when I speak about this, I'm looking at, among the siblings, the parents, the grandparents, immediate, which again would be the parents, siblings, grandparents. How does the family function, as a unit? Are they cohesive and a happy, close-knit family? Or is there a lot of dysfunction and chaos? And sometimes, I've heard people say, and I'm sure you have too, no, I'm not marrying his family, I'm marrying him. Yes, you are. You are marrying the family, because when you get married, you're incorporating their family becomes your family. And that is, that's the overall family structure. So you definitely want to find this information out. The fifth thing that you need to know is about the finances. Does the person have any IRS debt? How does the person handle his or her finances? Does he or she pay his or her bills on time? Check the person's credit score. And yes, I did go there. Check the person's credit score. Because keep in mind, if you all are talking about getting married and making that commitment, lifelong commitment, you shouldn't mind sharing this information. So you definitely want to check the person's credit score. Does the person have a savings? Do they have secure investments? Do they budget? Or are they living above their means? And overall, are they a good steward of their finances? The sixth thing you need to know is if the person has previously served in any branch of the military, did he or she receive an honorable or dishonorable discharge? And of course, if it's a dishonorable discharge, now that can pose a problem. And regardless of how the person tried to downplay it, anytime an active duty or a previous active duty service man or woman receives a dishonorable discharge, that says a lot. The seventh thing that you need to know is about the person's work ethic. And it doesn't matter their level of education or the type job or type career that he or she has. You want to say, do they have a strong work ethic? Do they just stay out from work or not go to work or find any little excuse not to go to work? How do they perform on their job? Do they take pride in their job? And you can obtain this information just by being observant, listening to the person. When you meet his or her colleagues or their co-workers, you want to, just be vigilant and get the information, find out, be observant, keep your antennas up, keep your ears open. How's the person's work ethic? Do they take pride in their work? And that could definitely, speak volume if he or she does not believe in working or holding a job, for long periods of time. Because a person who skips around and don't have stable employment, that's definitely a red flag. The eighth thing you need to know is, do you want children? Does your partner want children? Or say, for example, this is just an example, if they're, children from a previous relationship. And ladies, say, for example, if the guy has minor children from a previous relationship, and once you get married and start to commingle funds and, put the funds together, then if that child or children's mother take the man back to court, he or she, take them back to court, maybe perhaps trying to get an increase in child support, the court could look at the combined income. Yes, I did. I said the combined income. So you definitely want to check, seek legal counsel if there are children involved, before you take that plunge or that, leap of walking down the aisle. The ninth thing that you need to be aware of is spirituality. What's the person's religious faith or religious belief? The 10th thing you need to know is, what's that person's vision? What's the individual's vision for his or her life? What are their goals? Does the person have a 1-year, 5-year, 10-year, 15-year plan? Ask them, where do they see themselves years from now? Or, is the person just, I don't know, they're just going through life like a ship without a sail, no direction or anything. They're just living life or flying, by the seat of their pants. Or do they have a vision for where they want to go, a vision for their life, goals that they're working vigorously toward obtaining? The 11th thing you need to know is, how clean is the person? Now, I do believe, it is proper etiquette to call before you, come over. However, if you all are talking about getting married, then you definitely, want to look at, how's is the person clean? Are they neat? Are they organized? Do they keep the bathrooms clean? Do they keep the kitchen clean? Is the person, definitely, look at the organizational skills and, is everything, tidy? Because of course, when you're dating, it's easy to put on a dog and pony show. If someone, someone's coming, you can throw things under the bed and in the closet, etc. But, when you're dating and you get to the point of talking marriage, pop up unexpected just to see, how's this person keeping his or her environment? Check that bathroom out. Look, be nosy. Go, look in the shower. Is the bathtub clean? Is it a ring around the tub? Is, toilet clean? And that will tell you how neat and organized and clean they are. The 12th thing you need to know is, does the person believe in a team concept? And when I say a team concept, is the person a team player? Do they build you up? Do they say we as opposed to I? Because it is, you're talking about getting married, it does become we. But does that person motivate you? Do they build you up? Or are they tearing you down and making little snide remarks or little comments, or trying to, when they get angry, what's their response? Those are some key things you definitely need to look at before you walk down this aisle. In my previous video, Relationship Values, I talk about negotiables and non-negotiables in a relationship. So all of this just depends on, depends upon what you're willing to compromise and work with in a relationship. And keep in mind, all the 12 things that I have shared with you, they're not in any specific order. And certainly under those general topics, there's much more information that, can be shared or added to. But those are just 12 general categories, but they're very serious categories that you need to really discuss before you walk down the aisle. So today I have shared with you 12 things that you need to know before you walk down the aisle. My channel will feature more advice tips each week. If you like the advice that I've shared with you in this video, let me know. Please post comments at the bottom of the video. Share my channel with your colleagues and your friends and individuals on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also hit the bell so you can be notified every time I, post new videos. I invite you to follow me on my social medias. I also invite you to send me an email at cakeandconversations@gmail.com. And see, that way we can, converse about your particular situation or relationship. Because remember, Relationships are like a slice of cake. Everybody wants some. Everybody want one. However, the sweeter things in life don't come easy. Bye.